What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the Data Dictatorship. One second. I'm being told this is supposed to be a data democracy. Tim? That's not what I signed up for. Yeah, well, I didn't read the forms. I'm being told now that I have a legal obligation to continue. Okay, Haynes, calm down. You can always seize power when the time is right. What is up, YouTube? My name is Haynes, and welcome, my fellow citizens, to the Data Democracy. In this community, we bridge the gap between what you learn in the classroom and the skills you need to thrive in industry and academia. Because this channel is new, I feel obligated to share a little bit of my background, which is that I have degrees in both computer science and medicine, both from Brown University. Shout out to Brown. And I've worked in the biotech industry and in the data science industry, including being part of a successful startup, which is now worth $10 billion. More recently, I'm a PhD student at the University of Cambridge in the UK in computational biology and genomics. And while the whole dog and pony show at Cambridge is kind of fun, I really don't care about qualifications. When I'm trying to hire somebody, all I care about is how well they can do the job, because that's what matters. So first of all, what exactly are we going to cover in this channel? Why do you need these skills? And who is this for? Primarily, I'm going to be talking about practical computational skills. In today's age, everybody needs computational skills that go beyond just knowing how to use a graphical application like Microsoft Word or Excel. You know, when I see a resume that has listed under software skills Microsoft Office Suite, I briefly cringe before throwing it straight in the garbage. So why do you need these skills? Well, one of many real-world examples that I've experienced is that in my first industry job, I discovered a skill gap I had. Now, this was a startup, and I was one of two people in my department, so I didn't really have any guidance or mentorship. The skill gap I had was how to automate professional-looking graphs. So I took a few days, some on hours, some off hours, to gain that skill. Then I used that skill to create a graphical report for every experiment that my company performed. Soon after that, this contribution was recognized by giving me a 20% raise. So you might ask, was I 20% more effective after I learned this skill than before? And I'd say no. I was far more than 20% more effective after learning this skill. You need to know how to automate basic tasks. You need to know how to gather and analyze data and present it to others. Like the intro says, I'm going to cover topics that I think are very useful, but are not generally covered in university courses focused on theoretical concepts. For instance, in my first 3 videos, I show you how to make beautiful descriptive graphs. I tell you why people who want to learn to program never end up learning how to program, and the best way I know to get started. I also show you how to parse text files to automate tasks that could take hours or just not even be accomplishable by a human being, depending on the scale. Other broad topics that I'll cover are advice for particular subsets of the audience. I'll give advice for PhD applicants, how to pass coding and algorithm interviews, and what skills you should focus on as an aspiring data scientist, and much more. And next, who is this for? Who are you? So you might be a tech worker, a scientist, a student. Again, everybody in the information industry needs these skills. Heck, you might have just graduated with a degree in art, and while art is wonderful and an essential part of the human experience, you might find that you just can't eat art. Well, at least not most art.
That snack was a piece of art titled Comedian, created by famous artist Maurizio Cattelan. He'd already sold it for $120,000.
But the topics I cover will be of particular interest to aspiring or working software engineers, data scientists, PhD students, postdocs, even professors who want to level up their data analysis game. And I can hear you in the comments.
But Haynes, professors already know everything you know and more.
And firstly, that's just not true. For instance, I know tons of stuff that my advisors at Cambridge don't know. But Mara, Richard, if you're listening, that was definitely a joke. But seriously, I think that everybody has a different expertise and perspective, and I want to learn from yours, and I want to contribute what I can of mine. So if you're interested in this, get started with what I deem to be the most important computational skill that teaches you how to make beautiful professional graphs in R with ggplot. Okay guys, that wraps up my brief intro video, and if you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe, and join my Discord channel linked below, where we can discuss these topics, collaborate on projects, and generally learn from each other. Thanks, and see you in the next one.